Did you interact with any anti-GamerGate people?
Like a couple of times in like arguments, but never. Usually not very long discussions, especially not about GamerGate. I remember like having some, like decent discussions. And then I check their profile, see if I follow them. Like, yeah, they're probably not gonna like me, but not like people I'd talk to on like a regular basis.
Okay. You don't think you
It's
changed
usually like people
anybody's?
like,
Good.
but like not like like fair chunk of people who just didn't have like just like we're pretty neutral or like willing to hear both sides, but or pro gamergate. But yeah, not a whole lot of anti-gamergate that would regularly talk to me. I'd chat with some people who tried it and just like the headaches of trying to find common ground and just like like I respect your sacrifice, but I don't think I could. I'd probably end up doing it worse.
Well, how do you think the conversation could have been more productive?
I think definitely just like the fact like if there had been a conversational like a lot of like with the bomb the gamers are dead, like a lot of the anti-gamergate like at its like was about shutting things down. Like I remember what was it? There was some tech conference where Randy Harper was like a guest of honor, and a couple of people were trying to bring to their attention that the kind of person she's been, the attacks she's made, and then they used her block list, and like suddenly this like this tech company has suddenly blocked thousands and thousands of people like with one click. So it's like having the conversation. We might not necessarily have reached common ground, but maybe could have moderated things a lot more than just you're not allowed to discuss, like we will not be having this conversation.
Well, it's funny too because the obviously the block list hurt a lot of people. And some Paulo, game diviner, was talking about how it seems to have harmed his career possibly being on this block list as a game developer, as an indie
Yeah.
developer. But at the same time, we actually got something really useful out of the block list, which is that a Women Action Media, this group, did a study analyzing harassment using the block list, the list of all the supposed Gamergate people, uh, and they found that only 0.66% of the people on the block list had engaged in harassment. So it seemed to actually like bolster pro Gamergate's arguments.
Yeah. Because I remember like a lot of it was very much about like we are not what they say we are, and we will not tolerate you trying to make it what they say we are. Like it like I remember seeing like yeah, like a lot of the Gamergate memes where like you see harassment, you call it out, you do not let it persist because that's not going to help. That's not going to help anything.
Oh, we're going to be getting to that in just a second. But first,
Mhm.
I know this was before your time, but if you want to share any thoughts on NotYourShield, you can.
That was one of the big aspects of the whole like shutting down the conversation. It's like this whole idea of like your opinion is valid because you were definitely all just angry white boys basically, and then it's just like no, I'm a woman, I love gaming, like I'm part of this movement. We don't hate we don't hate women, I don't hate myself, and then there's this whole like, oh, you're a sock puppet, because obviously there was this whole like just you can't hold that opinion and be who you say you are. Like we've decided what you are and what your opinion is, and we will not tolerate otherwise. Where it kind of. So I remember that actually. 'Cause I missed some of the early charity events Gamergate did, but I remember that inspiring one I actually participated in, which was Operation Sock Puppet, where we'd donate socks to like the homeless needy, because socks tend to be one of the least donated articles of clothing.